Hello, or should I say, what is up, peeps? I'll say hello. Welcome back, survivors. Welcome back to this urban world, an urban world in which you must survive, and I'm going to help you through it once again. I'd just like to start by apologising for my absence over the last few weeks. I've been inundated with requests and queries as to where I've been, and my sack is bulging, I must say. But the reason for my absence has been that I've been promoting my latest book. It's called Eye of the Survivor, and I've just been basically scooting around the various environs, urban of course, of this Sceptred Isle, promoting and really getting to grips with the hardcore, my fan base, my fellow survivors. Getting round on this book tour has really been quite difficult, having to go from A to B, onto C, D, E, F, and then occasionally G. It's really been a logistical nightmare at times, so I decided to invest in a new set of wheels.
If you catch me at the border, I got visas in my name. If you come around here, I'll make them all day. I get one down in a second if you wait. I fly like paper, get high like planes. If you catch me at the border.
Lock it or lose it. That's what the adverts say. But unfortunately, for you and I, it's not as easy to maintain our safety in this deadly urban jungle. The beauty of the combination lock is that there's literally tens of different variations that a potential thief would have to work through, and unless you've upset a mathematical genius, they're not going to get their hands on your goods. Just so you know, the number I use is the year of my birth subtracted by the number of kills I've clocked up over the years. Check, double check, and then double check again. Nice and safe. Won't be long. I prepared a short segment here now on the subject of personal protection. Now obviously urban areas are often very dangerous areas, and if you find yourself in an area that you really have a palpable sense of danger, you feel uncomfortable, then I've got some really important tips that you can take on board to help you do that. And the first one I call the strut. If you walk around looking like a meek, small man, then people are going to want to take you down and feast on you. And that is true. So what I do is I just puff out my chest, hang my shoulders back, loosen up the legs, and strut. In certain circumstances, believe it or not, that strut won't be sufficient, and so it's time to bring in step 2, which is something that I discovered while I was doing a book signing in Ipswich, and that's simply called the bandana. Speaks for itself, doesn't it? Would you mess with a guy wearing one of these? Okay, moving on to step 3 now, and if the bandana isn't enough to give you the confidence that you need to project that violent image that you really want to achieve, then move on to this step, which is one that takes a little bit more preparation, but I think you'll agree it's deadly devastating. It's a well-known fact, and in fact statistically proven, that most hard men have tattoos. Now, if you're not prepared to go through the pain and hardship and frankly boredom of getting tattoos, then why don't you do what I've done and get a friend to draw some tattoos on? It really does pretty much give the same effect. Well, I don't need to tell you what I've written here on my hands. I've written Survivor. It speaks for itself, once again, I think you'll agree. But it doesn't end there. Have a look at this. On this arm, my friend has drawn a skull and crossbones, and on the other arm, written the word blood, and I think that's a kind of scroll effect he's tried to get there, but again, it's quite a primal word, a word that suggests danger and don't mess with me once more, and I think you'll agree that if you saw a man with this on his arms, then you really won't mess with him. Okay, and now for the pièce de résistance, or to you and I, the piece of resistance. In some instances, say if you get slam dunked in the middle of the ghetto, then you might need to combine all three of these measures to devastating effect to help you survive. So, bandana? Check. Tats? Check. Strut? Check.
Yeah.
I feel like Robbie Williams. Stay cool, peeps. Smells good. Well, you might have noticed that the sun hasn't got his hat on anymore. It's most well and truly entered cardigan season. But even this cardigan hasn't really afforded me the sufficient warmth that I think I need for urban survival. Well, happily enough, I've got just the right bit of kit here in my practical backpack. It's a warm winter coat. But I know what you're thinking. Hey Cole, how's this going to help? Well, I'm going to show you. Step 1. Take your coat. What you want to do, rip it to smaller pieces. It's sometimes easier if you've got a pair of scissors, but in the wild, you can't always rely on scissors. Step 2, get some kindling. In this instance, this long grass will do. I think this is river grass, Malaysian river grass perhaps. Take it, arrange it thusly upon the warm winter coat. You've got to get a good spread. Step 3, let's get smoking. As you can see here, the ow. Well, I'm going to be honest with you, it usually works a lot better than this. I'm not one to make excuses, but it has started raining now and the weather is very poor and this grass really isn't quite up to standard. But, you know, part of being a survivor is being a pragmatist. I think I'm just going to have to go cold. Well, I think the thing that I've taken from my recent experiences and this little episode here is that there really is no I in survival. Without you, my fans, without you, my fellow survivors, then really it's just me and on my own, cold, in a cardigan. I really can't thank enough the people who come to see me, who ask me the questions, who send in the letters, who came in and saw me and asked them to sign their book. It's really been an incredible experience. It's all about the people at the end of the day. It's really... Just cut that for a second.
Excuse me, I was just...
Look, I told you, look, no autographs please. There was times I've been on several book signings. I haven't even got the book with me now.
I don't know what you're talking about, mate, but I was just thinking if that was your bike. Is that your bike down there?
The goddess? What's happened? Oh God, no. Oh God. Oh. Oh goddess, no. Oh God. Just cut. Well, we've all learned some pretty harsh lessons this week. I know for a fact that I have. Incidentally, if you happen to see a green bike or anybody riding a green bike anywhere near you, then please don't hesitate to get in touch with me via the website or the MySpace. There will be a significant cash reward for any pertinent information that's supplied. Next week I'll be tackling the subject of urban hygiene, and as always I look forward to seeing you. Keep surviving.